If someone is behaving wrong, it's only wrong through your perception. They can't behave differently. It's the way it's happening naturally. You suffer not because of how they act around you, but because of how you perceive it. You suffer because of yourself. You hate yourself, love yourself, and thank yourself. I'll explain. Imagine rain, downpour. You've all seen one. And then 10 people, or 465, perceive it. Everyone will perceive it based on their own experience. As you grew up, you experienced things, and later in life, you identify with this data. You believe you have a name, and this collection of info, and the combination of it all constitutes the personality you identify with. Based on that, you perceive an illusion. By illusion, I mean the reality. It constantly changes, comes and goes. Everything keeps coming and going, except the unchanging. And so you perceive the downpour. Well, not really. It's something. We just call it that. Some call it rain, Yosh, or something else. But you need to see, it isn't really that. The name is an indicator of what's happening, which is unknown. To achieve freedom and peace, admit it's not rain. It's something unknown, a miracle. Not even a miracle, it's just unknown, no need to define it. You have to admit it. Know it within yourself. You can still use the word rain or any other, but inside you should know it isn't actually that. Everyone perceives it based on their own data. One's identity shapes their state of mind. For example, one person says, "What terrible weather, and I've got a meeting." They're annoyed they're gonna be late because of the weather, and this perception of theirs creates irritation inside. The second person got their stuff soaked in the rain. They're complaining and also tearing up. The third one thanks it. It's finally raining, so the crops will be watered, flowers will grow. I'll eat fresh food. The fourth one understands they're alive at all, precisely because it's raining. Life only goes on because it's raining. These thoughts and this perception shape the attitude toward rain, and it puts them into an elevated state, so to say. In some village, all the people are happy because it rains there once a year, but somewhere else it rains every day. Something happens, not even rain. Each person hates their own perception, not what's actually happening. Whatever is happening out there, it just happens, out of my control. So I suffer not because of that. I'm suffering because of myself. That's why I suffer. Just because I decided something should be different. People mainly suffer because of expectations. They decided. All those perceiving the rain see one thing, but feel different based on their experience. And they all hate themselves and celebrate also themselves. Same with love. They feel bliss from themselves, from their perception and all that, not from reality, only from their own perception of it. Start noticing that. When something happens, you have that moment. Whatever happens then happens. You're right where you are. But in one of those moments, you met someone. But you always meet people anyway. You met someone, you both gave each other some attention, and turned that into some kind of a relationship that's supposed to last forever, or something like that. That's got loads of rules, and so on. But that's a deal. It's not love, you know? Love, unconditional love, is accepting things just as they are, in any form. The essence of love is that you don't have any expectations. It comes, whatever it may be. You witness it as it is. If it leaves, let it. If it changes, let it. It interacts with this, let it. Interacts with that, let it. What happens will happen just the way it should, by itself. That's it. And you see the truth, that it can't be any other way. They don't choose how to treat certain people. It just happens the way it happens. Just don't lose yourself in the process. If you don't lose yourself, you won't suffer. Where does suffering come from? From your attention being totally on them, on how they are, where they are, what they do, and so on. Of course you'll suffer. Leave everyone else alone, be yourself, and all will be great. But if all you do is think about who's how and where, of course you'll lose yourself. You can't influence who does what and how. Be here and now, and everything will be great. You are left with 3 kids? Then it was meant to be. If you see that the next thought is unknown to you, don't worry. Some force right now cares for 8 billion people on the planet. They're all moving somehow. And they manage alright. Before there were another 100 billion. I mean, entire cities grow, plants. The universe is happening. Billions of stars appeared in space like a miracle. Humanity came into being like a miracle. Something made sure that all of you are here. And you're still worried about the future, being left with kids and raising them? They'll grow up fine, don't worry. You'll see how it goes. Everyone will inevitably learn what they are meant to. And you can easily see it right now, as soon as you realize that you don't know your next thought. All it takes is just total honesty. If you see that the next thought is unknown, and you see it again and again, that's it. Then you see that no one chooses how to act, or what to say, or where to be. For some reason, they just manifest like that, with no choice. If you expect a person to act a certain way, if you try to put any expectations on them, you're bound to suffer and to clash with them. And that's exactly what you need to realize, in order to learn not to expect. You'll crash and suffer until you learn to see reality as it is. This is the way to get rid of illusions. You try to shove something into a set form, but it keeps changing. No one's ever been able to hold on to anything. No goal, no kids, no parents, no partner. There's never been a person who could, let alone hold on to themselves. And so what you need to do here is shift your focus away from what's been forced on you. The kind of attitude you expect from each other is a form that's been imposed on you from birth, same as several generations before you. You need to focus on yourself and see how your mechanism is set up. Then you'll get how it all works for others, like how it works for your parents, and so on. You'll see the people around you and you'll understand them after understanding yourself. And then you won't have disagreements. If someone does something, you'll know that's how it's supposed to be. You will just observe it calmly. There will be no one to get affected by it. No one will suffer because someone acted a certain way. And what's more, when you stop limiting other people, your own limits will lift too. Because there's no yourself and others. It's all one whole, seamless entity. If you enter a relationship to be happy, you will end up unhappy. It's all because you got into a relationship aiming to become happy there. Enter the relationship happy from the start. How do you enter a relationship happy? Your happiness has to be free of all conditions. Your happiness shouldn't depend on your relationships or other people's behavior, no matter how they act or what's happening in your life, where you live, and so on. And for that to happen, you have to realize that actually you already experience the most precious thing in the universe. Every day, you must fully realize this. Because if you don't understand this, nothing will make you happy. If the most precious thing can't make you happy, then nothing else will. So, think about it. $1 billion or waking up tomorrow. A relationship or waking up. Anything at all or waking up. What would you choose? You'd choose waking up. Because you exist, and that's why everything happens. It's the most valuable thing you've got. It's more than enough to feel happy. It's all you need to feel happy. And actually, it's the only thing you need to be happy. If that fact alone can't make you happy, then no relationship will make you happy, and no amount of money will ever be enough if you can't find happiness in the fact that you exist, that you're alive. That fact is why everything exists. Your relationships with people. Living in this city, shouting or rejoicing, fighting, crying, any emotions or actions at all. And all that can only happen because you exist. But if you're unhappy because you feel like you're missing something, or because you wish your relationship was like somebody else's, your relationship isn't supposed to be like anyone else's. So imagine that you're, I don't even know, a tree, a banana tree. Don't try to be a mango tree and grow mangoes. Be yourself, don't copy anyone else. Don't look for a relationship like theirs. Look for yourself. You think that if you find a relationship like theirs, you'll be happy. That's not true. You can already be happy here and now. Without a relationship, just because you exist. You can feel completely whole right now. You simply need to let go of all of those conditions. The conditions that say you must have something to become who you wanna be. Your existence is unconditional. So let your joy be unconditional. Eternal joy is free from conditions. But if you need something to be happy, you'll end up miserable, because you don't see that even the most precious thing on earth can't make you happy. How could anything make you happy? Nothing will ever satisfy you. If life itself can't make you happy, but once you learn to enjoy life, that's it, you'll finally become a magnet that attracts everything. And no matter what comes or goes, you'll be free from it. You're the only one here.